Most preppers are doing it wrong. You're spending hundreds of dollars on seeds every year, hours tilling, planting, weeding, watering. And when the crisis hits, when you can't get fertilizer, when the seed packets in your bug-out bag have lost their germination, when your back gives out at 65, your entire food plan collapses.
But there are 20 plants you can put in the ground one time, over a single weekend if you have to, and they'll feed you for 30, 50, even 100 years. No replanting, no seed catalogues, no tilling. Some of them are growing wild near you right now. And number one on this list is the most underrated food crop in North America. Almost nobody plants it. You won't believe what it does. Welcome to Bunker Down Survival. Let's get into it.
Quick reality check before the countdown. Annuals are a hobby. Perennials are infrastructure. When you grow tomatoes, beans, corn, lettuce, you're locked into an annual cycle that demands three things you might not have when things get bad. You need viable seeds, you need fertile soil that gets amended every year, and you need consistent labour at exactly the right time in spring. Miss any one of those and you get nothing. Perennials demand none of that. You invest one weekend now, maybe one weekend a year for the next 3 years to fully establish your system, and then it runs itself forever. In every long-term collapse in modern history, the Great Depression, the Dust Bowl, the post-Soviet rural collapse in the 1990s, wartime Britain, the families that kept eating were the ones who had inherited perennial food systems. Asparagus beds Grandma planted in 1958, apple trees Great-Grandpa put in before the war, berry thickets along the property line that nobody remembers planting. The families that starved were the ones who tried to grow annual crops from scratch under stress. If you're over 50 watching this, and I know a lot of you are, this matters more for you than for anyone else. The energy you have to dig and plant today, you may not have in 10 years. The work you put in now becomes a food forest that feeds you into your 80s without breaking your body. Plant once at 55, harvest until 85. That's the math. Let's count down from 20. You've probably never heard of Carrageenan arborescens, but in Siberia, Mongolia and northern Canada, this shrub has kept families and livestock alive through winters that would kill almost everything in your garden. Here's what makes it survival grade. Siberian pea shrub is a nitrogen-fixing legume. It pulls nitrogen out of the air and deposits it into your soil through its roots. Plant it once and it fertilizes everything around it, for free, forever. In a world where you can't buy fertilizer and your soil is depleted, that alone is worth its weight in gold. It grows 8 to 12 feet tall, survives temperatures down to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, tolerates drought, poor soil, salt and total neglect. Plant a row as a hedge or living fence and it produces edible pea-like seeds every single year for 50 years or more. The seeds taste nutty, similar to lentils, around 36% protein by dry weight. Harvest in late summer when pods dry, shell them out and cook them like any legume. One mature shrub produces several pounds of seeds annually. A hedge of 10? That's a permanent protein source. Bonus, young leaves are edible in spring. Livestock browse it, and those dense thorny branches make a fence that even determined intruders think twice about pushing through. You plant Siberian pea shrub for 3 reasons: food, fertility, and defense. All 3 at once. Crambe maritima is a coastal European perennial almost nobody grows in America. That's a mistake, because sea kale gives you 3 different vegetables from one plant. In early spring, the shoots taste like asparagus. Cover them with a bucket to blanch them and they become a delicacy. A few weeks later, the leaves taste like cabbage. Hearty, nutrient-dense greens you can eat raw, sautéed or stewed. Then in late spring, the flower buds taste like broccoli. Pick them before they open and you've got another vegetable entirely. Same plant, 3 crops, every year, for 10 to 15 years. Sea kale is hardy to zone 4. It actually prefers neglect. Rich soil and frequent watering will weaken it. Plant it in well-drained, sandy soil and forget about it. Year 1, don't harvest. Let it establish. Year 2 onward, it pays you back forever. This is the kind of plant that thrives when you're too busy, too tired, or too overwhelmed to garden, which is exactly when you need food the most. I'm putting mint on this list because of one comment I heard repeatedly from experienced gardeners. I can't kill it no matter how hard I try. That's exactly what you want in a survival crop. Mint is medicinal, edible, and aggressive. Peppermint and spearmint both grow as perennials in zones 3 through 9. Plant one starter plant in spring, and within 2 years you'll have a permanent patch that returns every year, spreads itself, and asks nothing from you. The medicinal uses matter more than people realize. Mint tea calms upset stomachs, eases nausea, soothes sore throats, helps with headaches. In a long-term collapse where antibiotics and Pepto-Bismol are unavailable, the kitchen herbs of your great-grandmother become real medicine again. Mint also keeps pests away. Plant it near doorways and windows and it discourages flies, ants and mice. Dried mint stored in pantries repels meal moths and rodents. One critical warning: mint is invasive. Plant it in a contained area or it will take over everything. The smartest approach is to plant it in large buried pots with the rims above ground, or in a dedicated bed surrounded by a path you mow regularly. Some people plant it inside an old metal tub buried in the ground. But here's the survival reality. In a collapse, invasive becomes self-propagating food source you can't lose. That's not a problem. That's the whole point. You probably think of rhubarb as something for grandma's pies. In a survival garden, it's so much more. Hardy to Zone 3 produces 5 to 10 pounds of stalks per plant per year, for 20 years or more. High in vitamin K, calcium and antioxidants. The stalks freeze, can and dry beautifully. Mixed with stored sugar or honey, rhubarb becomes a vitamin-packed staple that fights scurvy through winter. Here's the part most people miss. The giant leaves contain oxalic acid, so you can't eat them, but they're biodegradable mulch machines. Lay them around your other plants and they break down into rich organic matter that feeds the soil and smothers weeds. In a world where you can't buy compost or mulch at the garden centre, rhubarb gives you food and fertility from one plant. Doesn't need fertilizer, doesn't need much water, doesn't care if you ignore it for a decade. Plant the crowns once in early spring and you'll harvest from them until you're an old man. Every 5 years, divide the crown. 1 plant becomes 5. Multiplication for free. Don't underestimate chives because they're small. In a long-term food crisis, your diet collapses into the same monotonous calories every day. Potatoes, beans, squash, rice, repeat. And here's what nobody talks about. Appetite fatigue is real. When food tastes the same every day, people start eating less. They lose weight when they can't afford to. They get depressed. Flavor matters. It keeps people eating. It keeps morale up. It keeps families at the table together. Chives are a perennial allium hardy to Zone 3. Plant once and they return every spring forever. The leaves give you onion flavor for everything. The purple flowers in late spring are edible too, better than the leaves actually, and beautiful in salads. But chives aren't just flavor. Alliums contain sulfur compounds and antioxidants that support immune function. In a scenario where you can't run to a doctor, those compounds matter. One small clump becomes a permanent patch. Divide it every 3 years and you have unlimited chives forever. If you've grown potatoes, you know the work. Digging, hilling, replanting every spring, fighting blight, storing tubers in a root cellar. Jerusalem artichokes give you the same calorie-dense tubers, except they're perennial. They require zero maintenance and they store themselves in the ground all winter. 1 tuber planted this spring becomes 5 to 10 pounds of tubers by fall. Those tubers stay in the ground through winter, including under snow. You dig them up fresh as needed. Your root cellar is the ground. They're native to North America, tolerant of drought, poor soil, and complete neglect. They taste like a cross between a potato and a water chestnut, slightly sweet, nutty, satisfying. Roast them, mash them, slice them raw into salads. One warning: they're high in inulin, a fibre that can cause gas if you eat too much too fast. Start small. Let your gut adjust over a few weeks. A second warning: deer and groundhogs love the tops. If you live where deer pressure is heavy, you'll need fencing. We'll cover defense strategies later in this video. The biggest challenge with sunchokes is keeping them contained. They spread aggressively. Plant them in a dedicated patch, surround it with a path you mow, and let them go wild within that space. They'll outproduce any potato bed you've ever grown. Strawberries are technically short-lived perennials, but here's why they belong on this list. They reproduce themselves so aggressively that a single planting becomes a permanent patch that runs for decades through natural replacement. Plant 6 crowns this spring. By year 2, you'll have a dozen plants from the runners. By year 3, you'll have 50. By year 5, you'll have what gardeners call strawberry fields forever, and that's not an exaggeration. The mother plants produce well for 3 to 4 years, then decline, but every year they send out runners that root themselves into new daughter plants. Those daughters become the next generation. The patch is constantly renewing itself with zero input from you. Strawberries are hardy from zone 3 to zone 10, depending on variety. June-bearing varieties give you one massive harvest. Ever-bearing and day-neutral varieties produce smaller harvests across the whole growing season. Mix both for maximum coverage. Plant 25 crowns in a 4 by 8 foot bed, and within 3 years you'll be harvesting 30 to 50 pounds of berries per year. Eat them fresh in early summer when nothing else is ripe yet. Freeze them, make jam, dehydrate them into trail food, ferment them into wine or vinegar. For older preppers, here's the practical tip. Raised beds make strawberries dramatically easier to harvest. You're not bending down. Build them once at the right height, plant the strawberries, and you have a low-impact food source for decades. The only real threat is birds. Cover the patch with netting when fruit starts ripening. Without netting, birds will take 70% of your harvest before you taste a single berry.
Most people skip asparagus because they hear 3 years to harvest and lose patience. Don't make that mistake, and I'll explain why in a minute. Asparagus is the first fresh vegetable of spring, often emerging before the last frost. Packed with vitamins A, C, K, and folate, exactly the nutrition your body craves after a long winter of stored food. One established bed, 10 feet by 4 feet, produces 10 to 20 pounds of spears every year for 20 to 25 years. You plant it once and your grandchildren will still be eating from that same bed. About the 3-year wait. I know that sounds long, but think about the alternative. With annuals, you replant every year for the same harvest. Over 25 years, that's 25 planting cycles. With asparagus, you wait 3 years once, then harvest free for 22 years. The math is overwhelming in favour of perennials, every single time. The work you do at 55 plants a bed that feeds you at 75 without you having to bend over and replant. Plant the crowns in a trench in spring. Mulch with straw or leaves every fall. Harvest spears for 6 to 8 weeks in spring, then let the rest grow into tall ferns that feed the roots for next year. One critical note: deer love asparagus ferns in summer. If you have deer pressure, you'll need to protect the bed. The good news is asparagus tolerates a wire cage well, since it grows tall and dense.
Most people grow garlic as an annual, plant in fall, harvest in summer, replant next fall. But there's a smarter way that almost nobody talks about. If you let some of your garlic stay in the ground year after year without harvesting, it naturalizes. It becomes perennial. I've heard from gardeners with garlic patches planted 15 years ago that still produce every season with zero replanting. Here's how. Plant hard-neck garlic cloves in fall, 4 inches deep, 6 inches apart. The next summer, harvest most of the bulbs, but leave several in the ground untouched. Those will divide and multiply. Each clove becomes a cluster of new bulbs. Within 3 years, you have a self-renewing garlic patch. The bulbs are smaller than annual garlic, but you don't have to replant. Ever. Garlic is medicinal as much as it is culinary. Raw garlic has documented antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. It's been used for thousands of years as a natural antibiotic. In a long-term scenario where pharmacy shelves are empty, garlic in your garden is medicine you can dig up year-round. Hardy from zone 3 to zone 10. Tolerates poor soil. Asks nothing from you once established. The greenscapes in spring are edible too. They taste like mild garlic and make excellent pesto. This is one of those crops with a small daily benefit, flavouring food, supporting immune function, compounds over decades into massive value.
Most kale is annual. You plant seeds in spring, harvest for a season, it bolts in summer heat and dies.
Then you start over. Tree collards and perennial kale varieties, Dorbanton, Taunton Dean, sea kale branching, are completely different. They're woody, shrub-like plants that produce edible leaves year-round, even through mild winters. They keep producing for 5 to 10 years from a single planting. In a long-term collapse, vitamin deficiency becomes a slow, silent killer. Scurvy, anemia, weakened immunity, these don't kill you on day 1. They kill you on day 200, when your body has slowly depleted reserves and you can't recover from an infection. Leafy greens prevent that. Vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin K, calcium, iron, all in dense, accessible form. Tree collards grow 4 to 8 feet tall. You plant them from cuttings, strip a 6-inch piece from a healthy plant, stick it in moist soil, and it roots in 3 weeks. One plant gives you unlimited future plants forever, no seeds required. This matters in a long collapse. Seed companies fail, seed packets degrade. But cuttings? You can clone these forever from your own established mother plants. You're not dependent on anyone. Plant a row along a fence or warm wall. Harvest outer leaves continuously. The plant just keeps producing.
Blitum bonus henricus fed European peasants through 800 years of plagues, famines and wars. Then we forgot about it. Time to remember. Good King Henry is a perennial spinach alternative, except it's better than spinach in almost every way. Annual spinach bolts the moment summer heat arrives. You get 4 to 6 weeks of harvest, then it's done. Good King Henry produces edible leaves from early spring through late fall without bolting. 6 months of continuous harvest from one plant, every year for a decade. The young shoots in spring can be blanched and eaten like asparagus. Leaves taste like mild spinach. Flower buds work like broccoli. 3 vegetables, again from one plant. The survival garden's favourite trick. Hardy to zone 3. Tolerates partial shade, which is huge if your property has tree cover. Grows in poor soil. Plant from seed or root division, spaced 12 inches apart, wait 1 full season before harvesting heavily, then take what you need for the next decade. This is a plant the modern world forgot. Your job is to remember it before you need it.
This is one of the strangest, most useful plants you can grow. Egyptian walking onions produce greens you eat like scallions, plus small bulbs you use like shallots. But the genius is in how they reproduce. Instead of flowering, the plant produces a cluster of tiny bulblets at the top of its stalk. As those bulblets grow, they get heavy. The stalk bends over, touches the ground, and the bulblets root themselves into new plants. The onion literally walks across your garden. You plant once, it plants itself forever after that. No seeds, no bulbs to buy, no work. In a long-term collapse where seed availability is uncertain, crops that propagate themselves are priceless. The plant handles its own continuation. Hardy to zone 3, survives drought, neglect and brutal winters. Greens are available 8 to 10 months a year in most climates. Bulblets harvest in late summer, eat some, replant some, and the cycle never breaks.
Comfrey is a plant most preppers have never heard of. After this section, you'll understand why it should be in every survival garden. Comfrey is a perennial that grows 3 to 5 feet tall and produces massive leaves that you cut down 2 to 3 times per growing season. Those leaves are one of the most powerful natural fertilizers in existence. They're packed with nitrogen, potassium and calcium, the same nutrients you'd buy in a chemical fertilizer bag at the garden centre. Chop and drop. Lay comfrey leaves around your tomatoes, your apple trees, your asparagus bed. As they break down, they release nutrients directly into your soil. In a world where you can't buy fertilizer, comfrey is your fertilizer. But it doesn't stop there. Comfrey is also medicinal. Traditional name is knitbone because it accelerates healing of sprains, bruises and minor wounds when applied as a poultice. Crushed comfrey leaves wrapped around a sprained ankle reduce swelling and speed recovery. In an era before pharmacies, this was real medicine. Important note, don't eat comfrey internally. Modern research shows it contains compounds that stress the liver in large amounts. Use it topically for wounds and use it as fertilizer in your garden. Those are its 2 roles. Hardy to zone 3. Drought tolerant once established. Plant root cuttings in spring and within 2 years you have a permanent comfrey patch. Like horseradish, once you plant it, you have it forever. Choose your location carefully. One comfrey patch fertilizes an entire garden. That's compound value that pays back forever.
Quick pause before we hit the top 6, because I've been hearing from a lot of you in the comments, and one objection keeps coming up. I planted sunchokes. The deer ate everything. My asparagus was a deer buffet. Birds took every strawberry before I got one.
Let me give you the defense strategy that actually works. For deer, you have 3 options that work. Number 1, 8-foot perimeter fencing around your highest value crops. Expensive, but permanent. Number 2, interplanting strong-scented herbs like rosemary, lavender, mint, and garlic around your food crops. Deer hate the smell and tend to avoid those areas. Number 3, barking dogs. A single livestock guardian dog patrolling your property keeps deer out better than any fence. For rabbits and groundhogs, the answer is chicken wire fencing, buried 6 inches deep around vulnerable beds. Above ground, 24 inches, below ground, 6 to 12 inches. They will try to dig under. Make them fail. For birds, lightweight netting over berry patches during fruiting season. Reflective tape strung above the patch helps too. Birds see flashing movement and stay away. For voles and mice, the long-term answer is cats. Keep 1 or 2 outdoor cats and your rodent pressure drops by 80%. Short-term, hardware cloth baskets around the root systems of young trees and bushes. Here's the strategic insight most beginners miss. Concentrate your highest value perennials inside a protected core area near your house. Spread your secondary crops, Jerusalem artichokes, brambles, Siberian pea shrub, along the property edges, where some loss to wildlife is acceptable. That layered defense saves your most important food.
Apios americana, American groundnut. This is the crop the Pilgrims survived their first winter on, taught to them by the Wampanoag, and almost nobody grows it today. That's a tragedy, because it might be the most important perennial protein crop in North America. Groundnut tubers are 15 to 17% protein by dry weight. Higher than potatoes, higher than sweet potatoes, higher than any other root crop you can grow. In a collapse where meat is scarce and you can't keep buying beans, that protein matters enormously. The tubers taste nutty and slightly sweet, like a cross between a potato and a peanut. Boil, roast, mash, add them to stews, calorie-dense, nutrient-rich, and they store themselves in the ground all winter, just like Jerusalem artichokes. Because it's native, it's already adapted to your climate. Hardy to zone 3, grows in sun or partial shade, thrives in moist soil along streams, ponds and lowland areas, places where almost nothing else productive will grow. And, like Siberian pea shrub, it's a nitrogen-fixing legume. While it feeds you, it improves your soil. It's a vining plant that grows 6 to 10 feet, so train it up a trellis, fence, or even an old tree. 1 small tuber planted this year becomes a pound of food next year, and 5 pounds the year after that. Compound interest in plant form.
There's a comment I keep coming back to from an experienced gardener. My Concord grapes are fantastic, 15 years and 0 care. I do nothing and pick plenty. That's exactly what makes grapes a survival staple. A single grapevine, properly established, produces 15 to 25 pounds of fruit per year for 50 to 100 years. The oldest cultivated grapevine in the world is in Slovenia. It's over 400 years old and still bearing fruit. That's the kind of long-game investment a survival garden is built on. Grapes give you fresh fruit in late summer, dried raisins for winter storage, juice, vinegar, wine, which in a collapse becomes both a calorie source and a critical bartering item. Wine is also the easiest fermentation a beginner can master, and fermented foods preserve without refrigeration. Concord grapes are bulletproof in zones 4 to 9. They tolerate cold winters, poor soil, and almost any amount of neglect. Muscadines work in zones 7 to 10 for southern preppers. For colder climates, look at hardy varieties like Valiant and Beta that handle zone 3. Train them onto a sturdy trellis or fence. That's it. Once established, a single mature vine covers 50 feet of fence and produces enough fruit to feed a family. Pruning helps yield but isn't critical for survival. An unpruned grapevine produces less fruit, but it still produces for decades. In a hands-off scenario, that's exactly what you want.
Most people think nut trees are too big, too slow, or too complicated for survival gardening. Hazelnuts break every one of those assumptions. A hazelnut isn't really a tree, it's a large bush that grows 10 to 15 feet tall. Plant one this year, and in 3 to 4 years, it's producing nuts. By year 7, it's at full production, 15 to 20 pounds of nuts per bush per year, for 40 to 50 years. Hazelnuts are 60% healthy fat, 15% protein, packed with vitamin E, magnesium, and B vitamins.
They store for over a year in their shells. Calorie dense, exactly what your body needs when you're burning energy doing physical work to survive. Hardy to zone 4, tolerates partial shade, grows in average soil. Plant 2 different varieties for cross-pollination. Here's why hazelnuts beat walnuts and pecans for survival. They're shorter, easier to harvest from the ground, faster to mature, and they don't release growth-inhibiting chemicals into the soil the way walnuts do, meaning you can plant gardens nearby. A row of 10 hazelnut bushes, fully mature, produces 150 to 200 pounds of high-fat, high-protein food every fall. That's serious calorie infrastructure. Squirrels will be your main competitor. Harvest fast in early fall, dry them in their shells, and store them somewhere rodent-proof.
Brambles are the survival fruit nobody respects until they actually need them. A single raspberry or blackberry planting expands every year, the canes spread by underground runners and root tips, doubling, tripling without you doing anything. One patch becomes a hedge, becomes a thicket, and a bramble thicket is both a food source and a defensive barrier nothing can push through. Each mature cane produces 1 to 2 pounds of berries per season. A patch 10 feet by 10 feet fully established gives you 20 to 30 pounds of berries per year. Berries that are loaded with vitamin C, antioxidants, and natural sugars your body desperately needs after a winter of stored food. Eat them fresh, dry them, freeze them, can them into jam, ferment them into vinegar or wine, dehydrate them into trail food. Raspberries are hardy to zone 3. Blackberries do best in zones 5 to 9. Plant once, prune occasionally if you have time, and they produce for 15 to 20 years. Strategic tip for older preppers, plant thornless varieties for your easy access rows near the house. Let thorny wild varieties run along your property edge as a defensive perimeter. Food and security from the same plant.
The apple tree built America. Pioneers planted them on every homestead because one mature tree produces 200 to 400 pounds of fruit per year for 50 to 100 years. From one tree. Think about that. One tree, one planting, a century of food. A family with 5 or 6 well-chosen apple trees has unlimited fresh fruit in fall, dried apples for winter, cider for fermentation and vinegar, applesauce for canning, animal feed from the windfalls. That's 1,500 to 2,000 pounds of food per year from 6 trees. Plant heritage varieties, not modern grocery store apples. Heritage varieties like Roxbury Russet, Newtown Pippin, Black Oxford, Arkansas Black store for 4 to 6 months in a cool cellar without any processing. Modern apples are bred for shipping, not storage. Standard-sized trees take 6 to 8 years to bear well, but they live longest. Semi-dwarf trees bear in 3 to 4 years and are easier for older people to manage and harvest. Plant 2 or 3 different varieties for cross-pollination. Mulch heavily, prune in late winter. Otherwise, they take care of themselves. If you're over 60 and haven't planted apple trees yet, plant them this fall or next spring, not next year. Every year you delay is a year of harvests you'll never get back.
Elderberry, Sambucus canadensis in North America, is a fast-growing perennial shrub that produces clusters of small dark purple berries every year. Those berries are the most potent natural antiviral and immune support compound in any plant you can easily grow at home. Modern studies confirm what folk medicine knew for centuries. Elderberry shortens flu duration, reduces upper respiratory infection severity, and boosts immune response. In a world without easy access to medicine, that's not optional. That's life or death. But it's also food. The cooked berries make syrup, jam, wine, vinegar, and dried tea. The flowers in spring are edible and medicinal. Elderflower cordial was a staple drink across rural Europe for centuries. Hardy to zone 3, grows 6 to 12 feet tall, tolerates wet soil, partial shade, and total neglect. Plant from a cutting in spring, it roots almost as easily as willow, and within 2 years you have a producing shrub. By year 4, it's giving you 10 to 15 pounds of berries annually. Critical safety note, never eat raw elderberries, raw leaves, or raw bark. They contain cyanogenic compounds. Cooking destroys them completely. Always cook the berries before eating or preserving. Plant 3 to 5 elderberry bushes on the edge of your property. They'll outlive you. And in the worst-case scenario, where someone you love comes down with the flu and you can't get to a doctor, you'll be glad you did.
Horseradish at number 1 will surprise some of you. Hear me out. Horseradish is the plant that refuses to die. You can chop it, freeze it, drown it, poison it, or try to dig it up, and it comes back next spring stronger than before. There's a reason it's the most reliable food on this list. Reliability is what survival is built on. The root is one of the most powerful natural medicines in your garden. Horseradish contains allyl isothiocyanate, the same compound that gives wasabi its kick, which has documented antimicrobial, antibacterial, and antifungal properties. In an era before pharmacies, horseradish was used to treat sinus infections, respiratory illness, and even urinary tract infections. It clears your sinuses, stimulates circulation, supports the immune system. But it's also food. Grated fresh and mixed with vinegar and salt, horseradish preserves itself indefinitely. It becomes a condiment that transforms bland survival food into something you actually want to eat. Mix it into mayonnaise, sour cream, or yogurt. Pair it with stored meat or fish. That single jar in your pantry makes a year of repetitive meals tolerable. Plant root cuttings in spring in a dedicated corner of your property, because once it's established, you'll never get rid of it. Hardy to Zone 3, tolerates poor soil, drought, freezing, survives anything. Harvest roots in fall after the first frost concentrates the flavour. Dig what you need, leave the rest. Next year, there's more, forever. This is the perennial that no disaster can take from you. Number 1 on the list.
Now here's the question I get every time I make a video like this. Great list, but where do I actually buy these? Here's where to look. For perennials, you want bare root crowns, cuttings, and rhizomes, not seeds. Seeds take longer and germinate poorly for many perennials. Best sources in the US, Burnt Ridge Nursery for nut trees and unusual perennials. Strictly Medicinal Seeds for medicinal plants including elderberry and comfrey. Stark Brothers for heritage apple trees. One Green World for groundnut, sea kale, and rare perennials. Edible Acres on YouTube sells cuttings of perennial kale and tree collards directly. Your local university extension office often gives away or sells bare root plants in early spring for very low prices. For Siberian pea shrub, hazelnuts, and other shrubs, your state conservation district sells bare root seedlings in bulk every spring for $1 or $2 per plant. That's how you build a food forest cheaply. Most preppers don't know about this, and it's the single best-kept secret in cheap perennial sourcing. For garlic, horseradish, and onions, buy organic versions from a farmer's market and plant those. They're already adapted to your region's climate. Buy from multiple sources over multiple seasons. Don't try to do it all in 1 year. Spread the investment.
Last piece of practical guidance. People keep asking how to integrate all these plants on a single property. Think in 3 zones. Zone 1 is closest to your house. Daily use crops. Chives, garlic, mint, strawberries, perennial kale, Good King Henry, Egyptian walking onions. You want these where you can grab them in your bathrobe during morning coffee. Raised beds work great here. Zone 2 is the middle area. Crops you harvest weekly or seasonally. Asparagus, rhubarb, comfrey, raspberries, blackberries close to a path, sea kale. 5-minute walk from the back door. Zone 3 is the outer property. Hardy, low-maintenance crops you harvest once a year. Apple trees, hazelnuts, elderberry, grapes on a fence, Siberian pea shrub as a hedge, American groundnut along a creek. Sunchokes contained in their own patch where they can spread without taking over Zone 1 or 2. For older preppers, the principle is simple. Daily food close to the house, annual harvest crops far away. Save your knees. A 1/4 acre is enough to plant every single crop on this list and feed a family of 4 indefinitely. 1/2 acre and you'll have surplus to share with neighbours. 1 acre and you're running a community-scale food forest. A note for everyone outside Zones 3 to 7. For warm climate preppers in Zones 8, 9 and 10, Florida, Texas, the Gulf Coast, Southern California, swap some of these for warm climate equivalents. Replace apple trees with citrus, figs and persimmons. Replace asparagus with chayote and Malabar spinach. Replace Jerusalem artichokes with sweet potato vines, which behave as perennials in Zone 8 and up. Cassava if you're in Zone 9+. Bananas in Zone 9+ if you have a protected spot. Pomegranates handle drought beautifully. For cold climate preppers in Zones 2 and 3, the Dakotas, northern Maine, Canadian prairies, your best perennials are Siberian pea shrub, hardy apple varieties like Norcant and Honeycrisp, Saskatoon berries, sea buckthorn, currants, gooseberries, and chives. Rhubarb thrives. Hazelnut hybrids like Northern American varieties handle Zone 3. For dry climate preppers in the southwest and Mojave, focus on Mediterranean perennials, olive trees if frost-free, pomegranates, figs, prickly pear cactus, agave for fermented drinks, mesquite for protein-rich pods. Sunchokes still work with regular watering. Drop a comment with your zone and state and I'll point you towards specific local perennials in a future video.
20 crops. That's it. You plant them once, over one season, maybe two, and you have a food system that produces for 20, 30, sometimes 100 years. While everyone else is panic buying seed packets that have lost their germination rate, while everyone else is desperately trying to amend depleted soil with fertilizer they can't get, while everyone else is starting over every single spring, you'll be harvesting. Here's the hard truth, and I want every older prepper watching this to hear it clearly. Perennials take time to establish. Asparagus needs 2 to 3 years. Apple trees need 4 to 8 years. Hazelnuts need 4. American groundnut needs 2. I know that sounds long, but every year you delay is a year of harvests you'll never get back. The time will pass either way. In 4 years, you either have a producing food forest or you don't. Your future self either thanks you or curses you. The right time was 20 years ago. The second best time is this weekend. Start small if money is tight. Plant a rhubarb crown, a few raspberry canes, and 1 apple tree. That's a Saturday's work and maybe $80. Next year, add hazelnuts and elderberry. The year after that, asparagus and groundnut. Within 5 years, you'll have a food forest that quietly feeds your family forever. And the work is done.
For those of you watching who are 50, 60, 70 years old, this is the kind of project that pays back everything. The labor you can still do today becomes the food you'll eat when bending and digging gets harder. You're not just feeding yourself, you're planting a legacy that feeds your grandchildren too. Tell me in the comments, which crop on this list are you planting first? Which one had you never heard of before today? And if you're already growing perennials, what's your oldest plant and how long has it been producing? I read every comment and I learn from your experience. Some of you have decades of growing wisdom that matters more than any research I can do. If this gave you a roadmap you didn't have an hour ago, hit subscribe. Bunker Down Survival is where serious preppers, especially those of us with some grey in our beards, come for the information mainstream prepper channels miss. Next week, we're covering the 7 medicinal plants every prepper homestead needs, the ones that replace your medicine cabinet when the pharmacy shelves go empty. Until then, prepared minds survive. Stay rooted, stay ready.